Let's turn this painting into a repeating pattern using the Photoshop pattern preview. I've already cut out the white background, so I'm starting with a transparent one. But because the scanned image was pretty big, I'm going to resize it for the repeating pattern at image canvas size. I'm setting it 1000 pixels wide, which makes the height 1440 pixels. Then I'll make a new empty canvas from File, New. The new canvas needs to be a little bigger for this to work, so I'll make it about 1.25 times the size of the original image, so in this case it's 1250 times 1800 pixels. Now turn on the pattern preview from View. That's going to make this a little easier. There's a warning that it works best with smart objects. And if you don't have Photoshop yet, you can start a free 7-day trial from the link. Now I'll drag in the first image from the other tab. You can move it, and the pattern preview shows the pattern already repeated. And you can start building the pattern from here, cutting things out and adding in more images. I'm zooming in with the magnifying glass tool from the left sidebar, and then selecting the lasso tool from the same toolbar. But actually, I like to add a contrasting background color on a new layer because the checkerboard hurts my eyes. By right-clicking the layer, choosing New Layer, and filling it with black at Edit Fill. I'm using the lasso tool to cut and remove flowers from the edges of the painting that are partly cut off anyway, or to fix them up. And turn some of the flowers into a new layer by cutting them with Ctrl X and pasting them into a new layer with Ctrl V. And now they can be moved separately. I'll hide them from the eye icons for now, but we'll use them later. Let's zoom out with the magnifying tool. There's an empty space between the birds, so right-click on the layer of the main image and duplicate layer. You could alternatively add in a different image, but I'll just turn the same bird into a mirror image to make the pattern a little more interesting from Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. I'll drag it in the empty space in the pattern in between the first repeated bird, and then I'll start turning the individual flower layers visible and placing them to fill up the pattern with a flower background. The pattern preview makes it easier to see if it's filled up evenly and if the pattern looks balanced in its repeated form. And next, hit the like button if this has been helpful so far. You can also tilt the images by turning them from the corner to make them fit better. Now you can zoom out to see it better as a whole. If you're happy with it, turn off the solid color background from the Layers tab on the right and export the image as PNG from File, Export, Quick Export as PNG. It's going to export only the repeating unit, not the whole repeated pattern you'll see in the pattern preview. You can upload this to Redbubble and go to Choose Pattern and then click Regular Grid for it to turn into a repeating pattern. And if you used a version with a transparent background, you can also change the background color. But you could also turn it into a pattern preset to make a batch of the pattern for other print-on-demand shops. Go to the Patterns panel on the right, click on the plus sign, or choose Edit, Define Pattern, and give the pattern a name and click OK. Make a new canvas at File, New. I'll use the biggest dimensions needed for the all-over prints on Amazon Merch on Demand, which is 3000 by 3200 pixels currently. Transparent background and click Create. Now click on the new pattern you made on the right and it should automatically fill this new canvas with the pattern. You can quick export this as PNG, or if you need a smaller file with a background color, right-click on the pattern layer and choose New Layer. Go to Edit, Fill. I'll choose Fill with background color, which I have set to white at the moment. And export from File, Export, Export As. And change the format to JPEG and export. You can upload this to Amazon for the throw pillows, tote bags, phone cases and tumblers. Click on the fill option to make it full size and choose the background color you want. But patterns repeating like this can be a little boring, so how do you make a diagonal repeating pattern? Watch this video next. See you there!